are derivatives of penicillin. Next is some more important antibiotics like streptomycin, tetracycline, chloramphenicol. So streptomycin is used in treatment of tuberculosis, and chloramphenicol is used in treatment of dysentery, typhoid, pneumonia, or some urinary infection. So antibiotics is of two types, either bactericidal or bacteriostatic. So cidal means kill and static means inhibit, means stop. So bactericidal means the chemical substances which can kill the microorganisms. So those chemical substances are known as bactericidal, and the chemical substance which inhibits the growth of microorganisms are known as bacteriostatic. So examples of bactericidal are penicillin, aminoglycosides, ofloxacin, and bacteriostatic examples are erythromycin, tetracycline, chloramphenicol. So एंटीबायोटिक्स में आपको डेफिनेशन पता होनी चाहिए. डेफिनेशन के बाद आपसे पूछा जाता है पेनिसिलिन. So by Alexander Fleming, it was discovered from penicillin notatum, from mold penicillin notatum. कुछ चेंजेस करने के बाद हम एम्पिसिलिन एंड अमोक्सिसिलिन विच आर डेरिवेटिव्स ऑफ पेनिसिलिन इनको हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं आज नाउडेज. फिर कुछ एग्जांपल्स और एंटीबायोटिक्स स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन विच इज़ यूज्ड इन ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ ट्यूबरक्लोसिस, टेट्रासाइक्लिन, क्लोराम्फेनिकोल विच इज इन डिसेंट्री, टाइफाइड एक्सेट्रा. एंड एंटीबायोटिक्स आर ऑफ टू टाइप्स, आइदर बैक्टीरियोसाइडल और बैक्टीरियोस्टैटिक. बैक्टीरियोसाइडल kills the microbes which causes infection, and bacteriostatic inhibits those microbes which causes the infection in human beings. So types of bactericidal: penicillin, aminoglycosides, ofloxacin, and bacteriostatic examples are erythromycin, tetracycline, and chloramphenicol. Then coming to next, that is antiseptic. So antiseptics are those chemical substances which can kill or prevent the growth of microorganisms. Example: furacin, soframycin, iodine, iodoform, methional, boric acid, H2O2, 0.2% phenol, and tetol. So antiseptic are the chemical substances which can kill or prevent the growth of microorganisms and are safe to be applied on living organisms. Some examples are furacin, soframycin, iodine. Iodine is used as tincture of iodine, which is an alcohol water solution containing 2 to 3% iodine. Then iodoform generally decomposes to iodine, and iodine is used as tincture of iodine. So iodoform is also used as antiseptic wound powder. Next is methional. Methional is used in antiseptic soaps. Boric acid acts as a weak antiseptic, and H2O2 is a strong antiseptic, and then 0.2% phenol. So 0.2% phenol is important as it is an example between antiseptic and disinfectant. When we take 0.2% phenol, it acts as antiseptic, and when we take 1% phenol, it acts as disinfectant. So now coming to disinfectant. So chemical substances which are capable of killing microorganisms but are not safe to be applied to living tissues are known as disinfectants. So antiseptics वो chemical substances थे, वो भी kill कर रहे थे microorganisms को, but they were safe to be applied on living tissues. But disinfectants are not safe to be applied on living tissues. Examples are chlorine, SO2, and 1% phenol. Chlorine used as bleaching powder, इसको हम लोग वाटर प्योरीफायर के तरह यूज करते हैं, और 1% phenol. So 1% phenol act as disinfectant, and 0.2% phenol act as antiseptic. So one important question which can be asked in ISC exam is a difference between antiseptic and disinfectant. So first difference we can write that these are the chemical substances which are used to kill the microorganisms or prevent the growth of microorganisms and are safe to be applied on living tissues, but disinfectant are not safe to be applied on living tissues. Then we can write the example: 0.2% phenol can act as antiseptic and 1% phenol can act as disinfectant. And in third point we can write other examples: furacin, soframycin, iodine, iodoform, disinfectants, chlorine, SO2, etc. So this is also an important question. What is the difference between antiseptic and disinfectant? So आपको इन दोनों से क्या आ सकता है, आपको डेफिनेशन पता होनी चाहिए और कुछ बेसिक टर्म्स पता होने चाहिए, जैसे आयोडीन यूज एज टिंक्चर ऑफ आयोडीन, and what is the composition of iodine, iodoform, methional, boric acid, H2O2, and 0.2% phenol obviously act as antiseptic, and 1% phenol act as disinfectant. And definition of disinfectant and difference between antiseptic and disinfectant, this is one of the most important questions. The next is anti-fertility drugs. So anti-fertility drugs are the chemical substances which are used to check pregnancy in women, that is used for birth control. They are also known as oral contraceptives, and the example of anti-fertility drug is mifepristone. जिसमें आपको डेफिनेशन और ये इसकी एक एंटी-फर्टिलिटी ड्रग का नेम पता होना चाहिए. Now coming to chemicals in food. So in chemicals in food, first topic is antioxidants. So antioxidants are the chemical substances which retard the action of oxygen on the foodstuff and thus help in the preservation. So antioxidants वो chemical substance होते हैं जो फूड के ऑक्सीडेशन होने से फूड स्टफ को बचाते हैं, तो प्रिजर्व करने में हेल्प करते हैं. तो उन केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस को हम लोग बोलते हैं एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स. As they stop the oxidation, so they are known as antioxidants. So some example of antioxidants are butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene. So in antioxidant, you need to know the definition. So definition and the definition and example: butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene. It is also known as BHA, and this is also known as BHT. So BHA and BHT. Then next is artificial sweetening agents. So we use some agents for artificial sweetening. So examples of these are saccharine, aspartame, aspartame and sucralose. Saccharine is 550 times as sweet as cane sugar, and it does not have any calorific value. It can be used as an artificial sweetener by a diabetic person. Next is aspartame. Aspartame is 100 times as sweet as sugarcane, and it can be used in cold drinks and cold foods and soft drinks. Next is aspartame. Aspartame is 2000 times as sweet as cane sugar. This can be used in high potency sweetening. Next is sucralose. Sucralose is 600 times as sweet as cane sugar. It is also stable at cooking temperatures. This is a good artificial sweetener. So saccharine, aspartame, aspartame, sucralose are some artificial sweetening agents. So आपको इसके names पता होने चाहिए. Uses जहाँ तक है नहीं पूछे जाएंगे आपसे. So what you have to know the names of some artificial sweetening agents, like saccharine, aspartame, aspartame and sucralose. And in antioxidant, the definition and two examples, BHA and BHT. Now coming to next topic, that is food preservative. Food preservatives. So food preservatives are chemical substances used to prevent the spoilage of food due to microbial growth. So as the name is food preservative, so it will preserve the food from microbial growth, which is used to prevent the spoilage of food due to microbial growth. So that is known as food preservative. Some examples of food preservative are sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfite, salts of sorbic acid and epoxide. So spices. So sodium benzoate is used for soft drinks. Metabisulfite for soft drinks, except from metabisulfite, jams, pickles, etc. Salts of sorbic acid. So sorbic acid is used for cheese or baked items. Epoxide can be used in dried fruits, spices, etc. So one more topic is there, which is edible colors. So there are, उससे आपसे केवल examples पूछे जा सकते हैं. Write to edible colors. So as edible colors we can write carotene and saffron. So these are the two examples of edible colors, like carotene and saffron. So here our chapter chemistry in everyday life ends. एक बार रिवाइज और करते हैं. Antacids are used for removing the excess acid and increasing the pH level to an appropriate level in stomach. कुछ example antacids के magnesium hydroxide, magnesium carbonate. Then antipyretics, pyretics. So it is used for bringing down the body temperature in high fever. Example like aspirin and paracetamol. Then analgesics and tranquilizers were two neurologically active drugs. So analgesics of two types, narcotic and non-narcotic. So narcotic, which is addictive and non-narcotic. Non-addictive, then antimicrobial is of and 4 types: antiseptic, sulfur drugs, disinfectants, and antibiotic. So antiseptic is which can be safely applied to living tissues and which can kill and prevent the growth of certain microorganisms which can cause infection to human beings, that are antiseptic. And which is not safe to apply on living tissues is disinfectant. Then antibiotics are the chemical substances which are produced by the microorganisms which is capable of inhibiting or even destroying the microorganisms which can cause infection to human beings. Then anti-fertility, which is used for birth control. Then chemicals and food. Antioxidant, so this antioxidant helps in preservation of food by preventing the oxidation of food. Then artificial sweetening agents, there are 4 artificial sweetening agents: saccharine, allitame, aspartame, and sucralose. Then food preservatives, 4 types of food preservatives: sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfite, salts of sorbic oxide, and epoxide. So food preservative used for preserving food for preserving the food from the माइक्रोबियल ग्रोथ एंड एडिबल कलर्स, कैरोटीन एंड सैफरन. तो इस चैप्टर में आपको केवल डेफिनेशन और कुछ डेफिनेशन के बाद उन टर्म्स के जैसे एंटासिड्स उसके कुछ मेडिसिन्स आपको पता होनी चाहिए. ताकि इस चैप्टर से केवल आपसे सिंपल क्वेश्चंस पूछे जा सकते हैं और आप 2 to 4 मार्क्स आसानी से आपको मिल सकते हैं. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, डेफिनेशन एंड प्लस सम एग्जांपल्स. सो थैंक यू.